Hello. So the pressure on Suella Braverman to resign is getting greater and greater, and I think there will come a point where Rishi Sunak will have to accept her resignation or demand it. Because she is a disgrace, an international disgrace. Now, I understand why at the moment he resists this, because almost certainly she is his right wing token who is going to keep the ERG sweet and the far right of the party sweet, and she will sign off undertaking cabinet responsibility, shared cabinet responsibility, when he raises taxes. I understand that concept. I think it's a little bit under the radar, but I'm sure that's the plan, and that's why Suella Braverman has not gone yet. But today we learn that 2 children were sexually abused in a hotel in Waltham Forest in London. 2 asylum seekers, a hotel filled with 450 asylum seekers. 150 of them are children. And their MP, Stella Creasy, joins the cry now for Suella Braverman's immediate resignation. It's a disgrace. These are vulnerable children in want of proper safeguarding measures, in want of support, appealing to us for our help. And this is the sort of help we are offering them. We are actually putting them in a worse position than they were originally. Yesterday, we had the story of Afghanistani people. One of the men is now identified and has given an interview saying how much he wants to remain here because it's so unsafe for him back in Afghanistan. 11 Afghanistani men, or men and women, I think, and children maybe, dumped in the middle of London. Now moved on, but dumped yesterday in the middle of a place they do not know. And we've now learnt of the first formal legal case that has been brought by Detention Action on behalf of a woman who has been held for 3 weeks in the Manston Detention Centre in Kent, in a place which is designed for 24-hour detention, and even that possibly is unacceptable. She is alleging egregiously defective conditions. She is alleging or instancing egregiously defective conditions. In fact, so much reporting has gone on that there's no allegations involved. It's a fact. Sorry about all the coughing. I think the care for victims of torture, I think the charity Redress should also be involved and should take a great interest in the level of inhumane and degrading conditions that we are imposing on people coming here. I think we have fallen below any standards that we would expect of others. And liability must go up to the minister. This is not something... She can't just resign for this. She needs to be held accountable for this, because her personal involvement in denying people proper care, proper housing, in defining distractions, in condoning and encouraging racism, most specifically now towards Albanians, in her use of the term invasion at a time when there really is a proper invasion going on in Ukraine. She is cheapening our language. She is cheapening our reputation. This must be significant. It must be condemned. And action must be taken as soon as possible. And if Rishi Sunak is not prepared to see things in perspective and to recognise that he's backed the wrong horse here, and that this has turned from a political issue into a moral issue, then maybe he's the wrong person as well. I would hate to say that because it's the last hope of some form of political stability. And he's made one major error, and that is Suella Braverman. But it is so major, it could bring down his government.